All right, so what we have here, we have a tank that you can tell has seen better days. It does need to get cleaned out on the inside, but it had a really funky paint job. Actually, this is the tank I use to test out bad ideas, kind of like stuff like this. You know, see the lacing and stuff like that that's ghosted into here. These are just like ideas that I do and stuff like that. And I use these tins to do it in. You can tell like this has like a fade in it and stuff like that that goes from a hugger into a deep Sedona orange and stuff like that. And then you can see the white and the lace on top of there. And then on this side we have that same fade from orange to Sedona. And then we have more lacing, and it almost has a snake scale effect. And this is uncleared. And it's something that we do kind of for fun to again just try out different ideas, right? So these are the stuff that I use to try out bad ideas, and we're going to be on to one more bad idea. I want to take these tins on our Temu motorcycle project. We got some stuff from Temu that I'll show you here in a little bit. But we are going to turn this into a fully custom paint job with a little bit of airbrushing, and we're going to turn this tank into a work of art, hopefully, or a work of something, for less than $20. Same thing with this rear fender, and we have to get a front fender for our project, but that would be coming from Temu, and stuff like that. I'm actually trying to find one that I actually completely like, because I want something kind of full, but it seems like all they have is the short bobber ones. So, yeah. I'm going to take you with me on this little adventure for it. So, stay tuned. Alright, so this is what we got so far. Okay, so what we did, I used spray paint that I had laying around. I'm not really going to consider that really a huge part of the budget because I bought it for other stuff. So, what we did is we took metallic blue, and we laid that down first, and then I took Little Daddy Roth silver, I think it's like Sniffin' Silver or something like that, and sprayed it over top of it. So now what we have is kind of like a bluish gray, almost kind of like a shark. And this is where we're at so far. We can still wet sand this down and things like that. There are some small imperfections right there and stuff like that. I'm sure you can see it in the camera, and there's some more right up here in the center, but I'm not actually too worried about those because we're going to do something a little bit different. Again, I said custom project, right? Everything has to be done on a budget. Well, one thing I used to do when I was a kid is I used to take temporary tattoos and I'd put them on the frame of my bike. And I would do this for two reasons. Reason one, someone stole it and then said it wasn't mine. I could pick it out of a lineup. I'm from New York. Bikes got stolen a lot, and I actually got my favorite bike in the whole world back because I could find it. It was actually at my cousin's house. Don't know how my cousin ended up with it, but you know, what are you gonna do? So, this is what I'm thinking. This is a temporary tattoo, right? So we lay our temporary tattoo in. Try to kind of miss that fuel thing on the witcher bobber there. Right, and kind of lay this in, something like that, on that grayish background. Should look really nice. And then we're going to do the same kind of thing to the fender, and it's going to be a two-tone paint job. So we're going to have the side of the tank a different color, and then we're actually going to take our handy dandy airbrush gun, and we are going to airbrush it in. And again, supplies, I mean, most guys have junk lying around that can do projects like this, right? So all we're really doing here is we're using stuff that we have to see if we can come up with something cool. And if it doesn't come up with something cool, so what? I put it on the shelf and I let people look at my garbage, right? If it comes out cool, it goes on the bike. This, you can tell, we have bodywork. We needed that. It has holes everywhere, things like that. Some of them are needed, some of them aren't. But we're gonna work on that. This is to show everybody what we're gonna be doing, and to show everybody the idea, right? I mean, because getting things out there and enjoying and sharing ideas, that's what this is actually about. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna cut this out. I really would like to get that cool looking clown in there, right? But I don't know if I'm going to be able to, right? But I mean, I would love to hit the whole thing, but then the skull head right there would be right where the fuel whatchamaflomsky filler cap, fuel cap. I'm smart, don't worry. I'm smart. Right? But it would be like right there, and it sucks so hard. It would be so cool. Right? Maybe I'll look for a different one, see if we can come up with something equally as cool. But I'll be back with you on the next part. So now this is where we are. So this is what we have, right? And if you take a look, right now we're just kind of layering everything in, right? And we're going to go through, and we're going to outline everything with the airbrush gun, which I've never actually used before. So I'm actually very, very excited. But we're going to keep layering in some of our temporary tattoos, right? And these are the sleeve ones that you buy, right? So it's just something like this, you know. And I realize that professional airbrushers, things like that, are going to be like, that's so cheap and cheesy, not even worth doing. Please just go see a professional. And I agree. But if you're just trying to, you're young, you want to do something on a budget, you just want to do something fun, you want to make it like different because it's trash, right? On this bike, I mean, the bike was torn apart, well, for the most part, torn apart, and someone was trying to build a rat bobber, and all I got was a bunch of junk parts, right? So I'm just trying to put this thing together, make it look cool, and not spend a ton of money. So I'm trying to do what 90% of the people out there want. They want something cool, don't want to blow a whole bunch of cash. And that's what this project is going to be all about. So that's what this is about, just in case anyone wants to dig at me and say, you did a bad job, don't do stuff like that, yada, yada, yada. I get it. Not the way professionals are going to do anything, and I agree. But when you're just trying to do something neat and stuff like that on a budget, this is cool, to me anyway, and I'm sure maybe to some of you. So we're going to keep on this. I'm actually going to put this in time lapse so you can kind of just see some of it and what we're going to do. This is going to be our focal point. We're going to have something around here just to make it kind of all blend in, and we're going to have some more stuff throughout here and on the sides and stuff like that. Then we're going to start the airbrushing, right? So stay tuned. All right, so this is where we're at, and I know it's kind of hard to see in the thing, but we took our temporary tattoos tanks a little wet with water, sorry, so we started filling in images, and that's what we're doing. Then we're going to go through with the airbrush gun. We're going to clean everything up, let it dry out in the sun so everything's good and adhered, and then we're going to go through and fill in all the spots with the airbrush gun, right, with a little bit of black, kind of just morph it all into something. Then we're going to clear it. And I've never cleared a temporary tattoo, so I actually don't know what exactly is going to happen there, but I'm interested to find out. Very interested, actually, to find out. So, stick with me. Okay, so a guy told me years ago before you start airbrushing, that you should take a piece of paper and you should go and just... So he told me that you should practice on a piece of paper. I'm going to get a few pieces of paper.
12 seconds later.
But you should practice on a piece of paper just to see the trigger control. So let's do that real quick, because again, I've never done this. So somebody who's done this is probably like, you're an idiot. And I'm like, I know. Okay, so we got one of those handy dandy remote ones. I do have a bigger one, but I figured why not try this too, right? So we push down on this thing and like...
20 minutes later.
Because if it's anything like painting a car or anything like that, and it gets boogery like that, it's because the base sometimes is too thick. So let's see if we can lighten up our base. Let's do this, turn that on, and see what we get. I wonder if we can adjust this thing back here, maybe?
1 hour later.
Alright, I think I might have something. Let's just never show that to anyone. Put this down here.
Two hours later.
Okay, so if I pull it all the way back, it's like blotchy, right? Right, but if I just slowly ease back on it, I actually get a good stream.
Much later.
Okay, back with it. We're doing it. We're doing it. I don't want to do it. I'll be honest. Folks, I am a lot of things, and dumb is one of them. So I'm going to just set this down for 1 second. Think about my choices in life. And I want to do one more thing. A little bit of tape. Because I actually want to have some of these cool lines in here in no particular way. All right, now let's do this. I'm nervous. I'm gonna be honest. I'm nervous. All right, let's do this. Okay, so what we did is I went and changed guns because I have another gun because this one just keeps going blotchy on me and stuff. And now the paint seems too thin. So if I gotta clean it up, I will. But we're gonna try again because why not? You know, I'm doing this for y'all's entertainment. Oh, I just made a mess. My wife, she's been coming. My mom said it can't get wet. This is a mess.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Later, when everyone's watching this video, they're gonna be like, "So that's where that mess came from," and I'm gonna be like, wasn't me." You're talking to that, guys. I wasn't here. Didn't even do a video about that. What are you talking about? You guys are nuts. Okay, so we're gonna try this again. Okay, so we're going for it. Yeah, that works a lot better. more on that fender in a second. But dude, that was banging. Let me show you guys the results. And I know there's gonna be some professional out there. It's gonna be like, you suck. And I'm gonna be like, I know. But dig it. Let me bring it over here a little bit more. But see, we faded everything in. Right? So we faded everything, and let's take this tape off and let's see what we got. Let's see if it came out cool or if I'm just an idiot. Well, I'm an idiot either way, but let's see if it's something neat. Okay, I'm not hating it. Not hating it. I mean, could have done something better, I'm sure, but for the first time, an idiot with a bobber, with the bob and the thing jigger, right? I mean, and I had fun, and it costed me literally no money. Alright, this is just stuff I've had lying around forever and a day. And I've wanted to do this for God knows how long. So this is what we did. See, I went and I blended all of that from up there down into here, so all of it kind of works back together. Right? And then I did some shading on the skull and stuff like that, just to kind of make it blend back in. And then we blended it back down through here and trying to just kind of keep a line. And this is going to be the gnarly side. Honestly, it does not look great, I know. But we were trying to learn how to use the darn thing. So lots of blotches. Lots and lots of blotches. But honestly, again, I don't hate it, right? I mean, it's kind of supposed to look almost medieval. We need to do something right in there, right? Like it just like ends. And I have another skull that I kind of want to put right there, you know. But so far, I mean, we still got to throw some clear coat on it and stuff. Probably should have shaded more in here and stuff like that. Maybe we will, right? And I'm thinking like this skull right here, right there. Right, I think it might be awesome, right? What do you guys think? Right, just kind of like right here, this guy. We'll call him Slevin. What if we put Slevin right there? So, all right. So this is where we're at. This is what we got. I left this open because I kind of might want to put something there. Don't know what yet. We did put the other skull in and stuff like that and things, and then we have some nice divided lines and stuff and everything. I still need to do right there, right there. Look at that. And I can probably clean some of this up, but that's what we got. So yeah, so that's what we got, and that's where we're at. And honestly, I think for the maybe $5 I have invested in it, it came out really, really cool. Right? It's not the greatest thing and stuff like that. And from up close, it's not great, right? But we can clear it and stuff like that and make it better. And then wet sand it out. So we'll do our exiting part of the video.